With the 2024 F1 season done and dusted, it's time to reflect and address some of the speculations that are roaming around the Formula One community at the moment. One major speculation is about the future of that Red Bull seat beside Max Verstappen. Everybody is asking and speculating who's going to be Max Verstappen's teammate in the near future. To address this speculation, we have to address the pros and cons of all of the major contenders for that seat. The first contender for that seat is, of course, the one who is currently occupying that seat, and that is Sergio Perez. Checo's performance this season has been terrible, probably the worst of his career. The points gap between himself and Max is bigger than the points gap of all other teammates combined together. He technically contributed nothing to the team's chances for winning the championship this season, and actually he got questioned a lot about his future with the team because of his performance. But whenever he got asked a question, his answer has been consistent, that he has a contract for next year and he is confident that he will remain with Red Bull. But if we know one thing about Formula One, contracts means nothing in the sport. A lot of drivers got booted from their teams because of their performances, and Red Bull are notoriously known for doing that. But a major sticking point for Sergio Perez is his financial backing. In Formula One, money is everything, and as the saying goes, cash is king. Checo has a lot of connections in Mexico and is backed by a lot of sponsors. He had contributed a lot to Red Bull and lately to Formula One with a multi-million-dollar deal with KitKat. This financial backing is the only chance for Sergio to actually stay with Red Bull, especially during this cost cap era, as all teams look for any means to make money. Sergio Perez did say that he does take responsibility for his performance this season, but he also said that it does not go down to one person, hinting that there could be more reasons why he underperformed that bad this year. Some speculate that Red Bull were testing with Sergio this season for next year. But if Red Bull are aiming to win the Constructors' Championship next year, they have to focus on performance. Thus, they have to look into other talents that would take that seat next to Verstappen. Which brings us to another major contender for that seat, which is Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki is backed by Honda, which got Red Bull Racing back to winning ways back in 2021 and onwards. Red Bull threw everyone and the kitchen sink at Yuki, and he still came out on top. After Gasly left AlphaTauri for Alpine, Red Bull brought in the prodigy at the time, Nick De Vries, to take over that team and show Yuki how it's done. However, Yuki ruined De Vries' career. Then Red Bull brought in the experienced Daniel Ricciardo, who also was supposed to take over that team and make his way back to Red Bull. However, Yuki sent Daniel to retirement again. In my opinion, Yuki is the only deserving driver to take over that seat. He did prove himself multiple times. He has the speed. Despite his anger management issues, it looks like he has matured a lot since he made his debut in Formula One. Yuki was actually testing for Red Bull in the post-season testing in Abu Dhabi, but those testing results and data are only useful for the teams, so we shouldn't look into it that much. And lastly, the last contender for that seat, and every pundit's favorite, is Liam Lawson. Liam is a Red Bull Academy driver. He is very quick and talented. However, he is still fresh in the sport. He doesn't have the experience needed, and Red Bull made that mistake before when they brought in Pierre and Alex Albon to the top team when they were fresh and young. Not every driver is a Max Verstappen. Not every driver can handle that amount of pressure. So in my opinion, I don't think Red Bull should make the same mistake again and bring in a young, talented driver into a pressure cooker like Red Bull Racing, especially when they are teaming him up against a four-time champion like Max Verstappen. But a lot of experts and pundits are saying that Liam is actually the favorite to take over that seat for next season, and the announcement should be very soon, but that's all speculation for now. However, in my opinion, again, Yuki is the only deserving driver to take over that seat next season if Red Bull are aiming for performance. However, if they are looking for cash, Checo will remain at that seat in 2025. But what about you? Do you think Liam will take over that seat in 2025? Will Checo retain his seat? Comment below, and as always, thanks for watching and follow for more.